Oh, hold on. Tubers, I got us another little frac job to do today. You're probably thinking, what the heck's going on? And that's a very reasonable question to ask, what the heck is going on here. So oil is cheap, nobody's got any money, and I'm trying to save every dollar that I can, and I'm going to poor boy us a little frac job. I have got an injection well set up on this lease. There's 4 of these injection wells. They're all connected together via this plastic poly pipe, and the pump that is used is just a low pressure centrifugal pump, basically, that moves water through these lines to the well. And you know, after everything's full, it will put up a little bit of pressure, like, you know, maybe 60 psi or something, but it's a low pressure injection system. This particular well won't take any water. You shut the valve, it just stays full. And I actually run a measuring line down in here. I need to do another video about the measuring line because they're really cool. But there's no fill in the well. You know, it's not plugged up, it's just stopped up. And so we're going to hook up this with a little frac trailer, pump on it, see if we can pump or break loose or fracture or whatever we need to do, whatever's plugging this up, and push it back in the formation and open this well back up. Now, I could have hired a tank truck for, you know, probably 300 bucks to bring me a load of water. We're being cheap, oil's cheap, nobody's got any money, as I repeated a few times. We're going to take this barrel and we're going to take this line. I've got the pump turned off right now. Stick this hose in here. We're going to use this pump to fill up this barrel. We're going to suck out of this barrel with this pump, and then we're going to pump it down the well. This may not work. This may be more of a headache, and I'm going to spend all day jacking with this. I've already spent half a day going back home and getting the barrel and cutting holes in it and everything to save me some money, but nonetheless, that's what we're going to do. So I've got this pump turned off. I think this pressure has gone away. Oh, hold on. Good Lord. It's not quite gone. It's got some oil in it. I got me. Anyway, we're going to give this a few more minutes and let the pressure go to 0 on this line. Keep this from happening. Then we're going to take that poly line, stick it into here, and fill this barrel up, and then fire the pump up. That was kind of dumb. That was kind of dumb. So I've had a bunch of people ask me about updates on the projects that we have had, and I want to take some time at the end of this video and kind of explain what's been going on. I hadn't had a lot of oil field videos out, and sort of what's coming up next. Okay, so we're going to take our output hose from the pump, put it back in the barrel, and get all the air out of this pump. This pump is not good at sucking, for the lack of a better way of putting it, and so we got to sort of work all the air out of it here. This transmission, for some reason, when you first start, it won't go in gear. You got to rev it up. And then it'll go in gear. too far from being full. Yep, right there. Let's let our water tank fill back up here. So let's break this thing down. We may already be out of water. Let's let our water tank fill back up here. I don't want to run my barrel out of water, then we'll have it on air. I think we're getting better since it's falling quicker. This thing should pump a little over 3 barrels a minute in third gear, 3.2. And this is a little more than a barrel. So that ought to give us 20 whole seconds or something wide open. Alright, so I did exactly what I didn't want to do, and that's that I run it dry and I sucked air up in the pump. It was actually getting better. If you remember, initially we got up to close to 2,000, and that pump the whole time it got up to about 1,550. And so we're going to keep doing this, or I'm going to keep doing it, and we're going to see if we can make this get better. Alright, here goes our last pull. I'm going to run it completely out of water. It's brim full. I've been pumping like last time. I've been pumping along here, kind of keeping it all pressured up. Just pull this thing down in the third and gas it. What do y'all think? Alright, so it's later tonight. It's this evening. It's supposed to rain tonight, so I'm gonna come out and get all this junk. Let's see if it did any good and hook it back up. That's a pretty good sign. sucking. I turned the pump back on. I guess we'll let this pressure up. I really don't know how to tell if it did any good. In the meanwhile, I'm going to load my tools up and hook onto the trailer. We're about to get wet. We're about to get wet and held on. It looks like hail clouds. Let's get out of here. You can see the rain is heading this way across that wheat field. I've never seen anything like that before. It's pouring over there about 1/4 of a mile. It's pretty pouring here. As soon as I turn the camera off, it starts hailing. I think we're going to sit right here for a minute. Alright, so I'm heading home. I don't know really how to finish this video. I know the obvious question is, did we fix anything? And the answer is, I'm not sure. And I don't have a real good way to tell. We certainly didn't hurt it. You know, when we first started pumping on it, we got the pressure up to about 2,000, I think, somewhere around in there. And then later on, after we pumped a few barrels down it, we could only get it up to 1,500. And that means it must be more open. We must have helped it, but I don't really know by how much. Anyway, I'll jack with it over the next few days or weeks and see if we helped anything. But you know, the main reason the video was I want to take you along and show you how I was poor boy and working on something. And we got that done. So as promised, I want to spend a few minutes to kind of tell you what's going on. I've had a bunch of people ask me about updates on the rig and etc. We hadn't had a lot of videos out, what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And I want to spend a few minutes to kind of explain, give you an inside perspective of where I'm at, what's going on. When I was a kid, $60 barrel oil was great, and people made excellent money at $60 a barrel. Today, since the pandemic, you know, the last 6 years, the price of everything has skyrocketed. We pay twice as much for contractors, a backhoe costs twice as much, a bulldozer costs twice as much. Steel is up, tubing is up, electricity's up, plastics are up. Everything you buy, insurance is up. Everything you buy and you have to pay for has went up. And there's just simply not a lot of extra money today in an oil business. It's just, there's just not, unless you have some, you know, unusual situation. I'm not saying that to gripe. I'm not crying. I'm not, you know, looking for pity. It's not like that. But I'm just telling you, there's not a lot of extra money left over for me to go out and spend it to try to catch another barrel of production. It's just not. That's not this season, if you would, to go out and work on big projects. People ask me, where's the oil field videos? Why you've been working on stuff? Well, the reason is there's just not an extra, you know, a lot of money to do things like that. It'll all come back. It'll be fine. I'm not complaining. Everything's good. I'm not having a problem, but I'm just telling you that that's the situation that we're in. I've had a lot of people ask me about some updates on some other things, the SCADA videos, the rig. bunch of people's asked me what happened to the rig. The rig has not been touched since y'all seen it last. I have went up there a few times and charged the batteries up and started up, let the engine idle, but I haven't worked on it. The project has not been given up on. It's just been pushed down the road. I'm not interested in drilling a well in the near future, and that's what that machine is going to be for, and I'm not going to spend my money on it and my time right now to get that machine together because I'm not going to use it. That being said, hopefully next year things will change and we'll get back on it. I have spent a lot of time working on a bunch of really small projects that in my opinion aren't worth videoing. I did a bunch of work on the bucket truck. It was just stupid. I spent a couple of days rewiring the electrical part that goes to the bucket and putting new switches in it, and it needed batteries, and I spent a bunch of time working on the backhoe, had a bunch of flats fixed, packed all the cylinders. It's just been stuff that's not really been worth making a video about. And you know, the one thing that sucks about being a YouTuber is when you work on something you can't listen to the radio. And it's been the kind of projects that I needed the radio to keep my sanity, and so y'all didn't get to watch me do it. Also, there has been a few pretty good sized projects. There's one right behind you now, the reverse unit. I should have a video out on it in a couple of weeks. It has been a project that I have sort of stretched out since last August, that I spent, you know, half a day or a day a week working on, and there will be a video out on it before too long. It needs to be finished and blasted and painted, and we'll hopefully get to go use it some. I have been doing quite a bit of work with a little frac trailer. I have probably almost made, I have more than made half the money back on it that I took to build it, and it took a very small amount of hours and time to do that. It has worked out well for me. It needs some work. As soon as I get this reverse trailer done, the frac wagon's coming back in here to get the belt guard is right there. It needs blasted and painted, put on. It needs a little bit of bracing. We need to put some places to wind hoses up on it. It needs some stuff, and that'll probably happen hopefully around the first of the year. Another project I got to get on. So I saw Peter's video yesterday. He was talking about he's working on that 353 that's in that bulldozer, and I've got two of them down here. We saw both of them run. I got the one I told him he could have. I need to call him. That's sitting here in the yard, the one that runs. I've taken the fuel pump off of it. Had a guy that works when we take it off, and we need to go put it on that other engine, and I'd like to work on that spacer plate 353 that's on that big duplex mud pump. And I want to make that engine run good enough that we can go play with the pump. And I think that it can be done. It's kind of turned out to be an interesting problem with that engine. It's junk, but it's, anyway, y'all will see the video. I may work on that next week. I may haul that injection pump up there and go put on that thing and work on that, and work on that other 353. Anyway, I need to call him because I got two of these sitting around here that are basically junk iron that he needs, instead of if there's any parts he can rob off of them. And other than that, I've had some other projects. And I bought a lake cabin, and of course I had a baby last year. He takes a lot of my time. He's been quite a joy. Anyway, this is kind of where we're at. I plan on. Let me back up. One more thing. People ask me about the SCADA videos. I want to get the SCADA videos done, and I'm probably going to start working on them very quickly. There's going to be another group of 3 of them, and if I remember, it's been over a year ago, there'll be like a second group of 3 or something. I want to get those knocked out. I've got quite a bit of footage from working on the new lease. It's now almost, I guess it's almost 2 years old. I got to put some videos out on that. I want to get the SCADA stuff done, then we're going to start working on the new lease. And then in real time, after I get those videos done, I need to go out there, and we're actually going to go do some more work on the new lease in the next couple of weeks. I got to take the backhoe out there and build some pads and set a unit. We need to do a bunch of maintenance to the overhead wires. They're all kind of loose and sagging, and need to change out a couple poles. But that's kind of where I'm at. Hopefully we're gonna start seeing some more videos, and I've got a bunch of footage. I want to get the videos on the SCADA system out before we do the videos on the new lease, because I want to be able to tie in those two kind of together. Anyway, I don't know. I'm done rattling. I feel like I probably lost y'all back 10 minutes ago, but that's kind of giving you an idea of what's going on, what's coming, what's on the way, whatever. Battery says 1% left. Camera says 1% battery left. I gotta go. Catch y'all later.